Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel today. My name is Christian and today we're here to talk about the new record from Turnover. It is titled Good Nature. This is the band's third studio record and it's a follow-up to 2015's Peripheral Vision. Now Peripheral Vision was a record that I absolutely loved. I was actually introduced to this band by my friend Infinity on Hannah. Go over and check her review of this record and just her channel in general. She's been advocating for this band for such a long time while us other reviewers were off talking about other shit. So go and check out her review of this record after you've seen this one because she definitely deserves the attention because, as I said, she's been the one pushing this band for ages. Now, back to the old record, Peripheral Vision. I loved that record from the first minute that I heard it, and I thought it was such a unique style that I hadn't heard before, and then you sort of started to see other bands try and copy it, bands like Balance and Composure with their last record, Light We Made. And this record shows Turnover continuing the sound that they started on Peripheral Vision while adding new elements to it and trying out some new things. I really love the feeling that you get listening to Turnover records. It's something that it's hard to describe, but it's unlike any other band. And this record is just fantastic, so let's get into it. This record has a lot in common with Peripheral Vision in terms of its sound, but they expand on that sound on this record. These songs could be lullabies, but because they're so interesting and so intricate in parts, you wouldn't be able to fall asleep because it's so mesmerizing to listen to. Supernatural was the first single released from this record, and what a perfect first single it was. It is classic Turnover. The guitars are so beautifully played and the chorus is so instantaneous. It's such a massive chorus while still having that laid back feel to it. I don't know how Turnover managed to get that balance of laid back and massive, but they do. It was the perfect choice for the first single and opens up this record perfectly. The instrumental element of Turnover has always been something that's intrigued me ever since I first heard them, especially in the guitar playing, which is just spectacular. There are so many moments throughout this record where both guitars are playing different lead parts, which on their own would be great lead parts by themselves, and it's so interesting that these two lead parts don't clash. So many other bands would try this and it would clash, but somehow Turnover managed to do it where those two parts complement each other perfectly and create this really great sonic experience. And it leaves you finding something new every time you hit play. And the use of atmospherics adds another level to this record and creates such a big sonic sound. I wouldn't call it a sonic wall because that seems more like a heavy thing, but the sound of this record just surrounds you when you're listening to it. Butterfly Dream is one of my favorite tracks on this record, and it's really down to the guitar playing. It's so intricate and interesting, and there are some really cool things going on within it. And that thing is, the guitars have just such a great harmonic quality to them, especially in the chorus, and it's just so enjoyable to listen to. The vocal performance on this record is also one of the best on the entire record. I love the lyricism to this track, as well as the melody, which plays off the guitars so well. The drumming on this record is absolutely fantastic. They really lay down perfect grooves for the guitars and the vocals to play off. One of my highlights for this record within the drumming is definitely the intro to Sunshine Type, which really begins that song off on a perfect note and continues throughout that track. Pure Devotion shows Turnover trying out some odd chordal patterns which a lot of bands wouldn't be brave enough to try out, but Turnover execute it perfectly. This song is so disjointed throughout the verses, but then the chorus comes in and binds everything together, and it's just such a great balance between odd and beautiful. There are some people that aren't going to connect with this song, but for me, I think it's great. If you heard the last record, Peripheral Vision, then you already know what to expect from the vocals, and they're a very unique vocal performance. Something that not a lot of bands try, and not a lot of bands could pull off even if they did try. The band just have such a unique vocal presence, and it's something that connected me to them instantly. The vocal delivery just sounds so relaxed and airy, yet you can hear so much emotion within what the vocalist is feeling. It's a really unique way of singing, and I'm really glad that there's a band out there that can do it this well. And the band is just getting better and better at writing big choruses, which is something that you can hear on songs like What Got in the Way and Curiosity. All It Ever Was and Living Small show Turnover try out some new scales that not a lot of bands attempt. Once again, they love trying out these really odd scales and chordal patterns. It adds this really interesting element to their sound, and once again, they nail it. All It Ever Was reminds me of something that Switchfoot would have tried really early on in their career. I love the acoustic guitar in the background of this track and just how the song flows from section to section and just keeps at a constant pace. These two songs really add the variation that this record needed and end up being two of the highlights of the record. Something I love about Turnover Records is just the experience of listening to them. It's something that you don't get with a lot of records. Most records you just put on, press play, listen to, enjoy the songs, and turn off, and that's it. Turnover Records, they kind of transport you to their own world. Everything that's going on around you just disappears, and it's just you and the music. You really do feel like you're somewhere else. Bonnie, rhythm, and melody closes out this record perfectly and really combines all the elements that you've heard throughout the record into one song. The chorus is absolutely massive in only a way that Turnover can do, and it really is just the best way to close out the record and really give it a full stop. Overall, I really love this record from Turnover, and I'm really happy that they didn't disappoint me with it, because it's always something scary coming off such a great record, which they did with Peripheral Vision. If you want my advice, I'd say smoke a bit of weed and then listen to this record for the first time. I'm not sure what it is about Turnover's music with weed, but it just works so well together. It's definitely the way to listen to this band for the first time if you've never heard them. But overall, this record is fantastic. You should definitely be going and checking this band out, because they are just one of the best new bands in the world at the moment, and should just be so much bigger than they are. My top 3 tracks are going to be Butterfly Type, Bonnie, Rhythm and Melody, and All It Ever Was, and I'm going to give this record a 4 out of 5. Anyway, what did you guys think about the record? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Did you like the record? Did you not like the record? Let me know down below. We're here to have a conversation about music, so let's do that. But if you're just going to fill up the comment section with hate and insults, just know I'm going to read your comments and laugh at how pathetic your life is. Anyway, thanks for watching my video today, guys. Please hit subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time. Fresh Currents.